So I got an email this week telling me it's now less than 4 months until UTA. That means it's time to start training. So I figured it might be interesting to document not only the training that I'm actually doing, but explain my process behind my training. I'm self-coached and have been for a number of years now. And while I'm no coach and I'm no professional at this, I quite enjoy toiling and tinkering over my running programming. So 4 months out from UTA is the very beginnings of working towards getting this race done. So here's how we're going to do that. So typically it's about now, 3 or 4 months out from a race, that I start to get a bit more intentional about the running that I'm doing. And yeah, I think this is a sufficient amount of time to piece together a training program that will achieve a desired goal, provided that goal's realistic, of course. Where to start? I think the first thing to do is to set a goal. So that might be just the completion of a particular race or distance, or a particular time you're chasing or something like that. So for me, I've done UTA a few times before, so I'm pretty aware of what I'm capable of. This year, I'm going to try and do better than that, and that's my goal. The next most important thing in setting up a training program for yourself is to understand where you are right now. For me, running over the past few months has been pretty sporadic. I injured my ankle and then crammed a little bit of training before I was tapering for and then recovering from Wandy Cross. After which I think I struck down with the flu for a few weeks. All that to say is that training for the past 2 months has not been great, which leaves me in a spot where I'm not the fittest that I often come to know myself to be. So knowing those two things, where I am right now and where I want to get to, gives me the trajectory with which to write my program on. So what are we going to do? I usually like to think about my training in blocks, usually 4 to 6 weeks each. So before UTA, that's going to look something like this. I'm going to start with some base training, then move into some more intentional interval-based territory, where the intent is going to be to get fit and fast. And then the final lead-in to UTA is going to be about specificity. Depending on what race you're writing a program for, that's going to look differently. For UTA, it's 100 kilometers with a whole bunch of stairs. So I'll do a few key long runs and a fair amount of stair work. And hopefully those training blocks build together to leave me in a place where I can achieve my goal. But right now, I'm at the beginning of my base training block. So here's what that looks like. For me, base training consists of a few key elements. Primarily, easy and consistent running. As I said, running for me has been a little sporadic the past few months. So getting back into the routine of running, not only for my daily schedule, but also just conditioning my body to be used to receiving regular training. Nothing's going to be particularly detailed in terms of programming just yet. It's more just about getting out most days. The goal is to run 5 to 6 days a week. hopefully by the end of this training block, accumulating about 100 kilometers a week. I'm definitely not there yet, and so as with all training, it's about a progression towards a goal. So right now I'm about 50 or 60 kilometers a week. So the goal is to work towards achieving a training load, which I can then carry through once I ramp up intensity of training. I think the danger that you need to be careful of in this sort of loose base training type of program is you need to show restraint. It's so easy to get carried away early on in a program, trying to do too much. You then open yourself up to injuries and niggles, which you'll then be forced to carry through for the rest of the training. And actually, it will be an impediment to achieving your goal. So restraint early on is very important. Finding the tolerable load, what your body can actually accept and absorb, is going to be different for everyone. I know what I've been doing, I know what my body can handle, and so I'm not too stressed about doing too much right now, so long as I just maintain the perspective of where I am in the program. The other key element for my base training block is strength work. Getting back into the gym 2 or 3 times a week, doing the basic compound movements like deadlifts and squats, a bit of core work, a bit of single leg work, is what I'm going to focus on over the next few weeks. Nothing too explosive, no plyometrics just yet, just the basic compound movements to give myself a good strength base with which to work from over the coming months. And that's about it. There's going to be no data digging about, how specific workouts have gone. I'm not going to be too stressed about distances or particular days I'm running or not running. At the moment, it's just about easy, consistent running. That's going to set me up, hopefully, to be in a good spot to really ramp up the intensity in a few weeks. But until then, I'm just going to get out, enjoy the trails, do a bit of road running, just get back into the routine again. Anyway, if this has been helpful, great. If not, apologies. Hopefully this is interesting. I enjoy training, I enjoy running, I enjoy making videos. So if nothing else, this is just a leisurely pursuit of my own. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.